What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Echo and the Bunnymen. And we're returning after many moons to the 1987 self-titled album, not to be confused with the earlier self-titled release. But yes, I listened to the first track of this several months ago, and then I jumped backward in time, and I've been working my way forward again. Thank you to Amber for sharing the Echo material. But the second tune on the self-titled album from '87 is Over You. My expectation, or at least my prediction, would be this relates to the feeling of being over someone in a relationship capacity, the idea of moving on, getting past whatever hang-up or emotional baggage you might be feeling following a relationship, or maybe at the end of a relationship. It might be a direct statement to the person. You could be speaking in your head, still essentially having a dialogue, but with your feelings about that other person, not the other person directly. So I feel like that would be the most likely psycho-emotional territory for this. Obviously, it could be something entirely unrelated. I'll see what I can catch on a first listen. This is Echo and the Bunnymen. The track is Over You, and it's from the 1987 self-titled album.
Or did you fall, fell apart, feel
first of all, it does sound notably different now coming back to a later period of output from the band compared to the early 80s stuff that I've been going through, including the live stuff. A lot of it which has a bit of that like post-punk energy and rawness to it, whereas this sounds more synth rock type of polished. I will say I love those forte piano keys or keyboard chords. I do also enjoy that really high electric, which I think it was the guitar, but it was like this constant companion to the singing in the latter stages. I like the percussion schemes. Again, there was like a really fast hi-hat runner, or maybe it was a ride cymbal, as well as what sounded like tambourine or some shaking sort of high percussive element. McCullough's vocals sounding good, and ultimately, lyrically, I'm not quite sure, because at first I thought he was saying like feeling good again, and then I was thinking he was saying feeling blue again. Maybe he was indeed saying both. Then it's like under the weather over you, so there's a bit of under over contrast and visual imagery. Now, under the weather being sick, indeed feeling blue, I feel like those could have a connection, whether that's, you know, in a more literal sense when you're sitting around thinking and not feeling great, or whether just the color of blue, which is sometimes used as a descriptive hue for sadness or melancholy. But then feeling over someone, again, typically is used to mean getting past the hang-up and now feeling good again. So I don't know if there's a bit of mixture of feelings, or whether it's talking about a chronology of feeling, or whether there's different angles to it and maybe it's both at the same time. So I don't know. It does sound like he's talking about another person in an interpersonal context, but I don't even know fully if it's a, you know, psycho-emotional, like romantic, intimate relationship. Nevertheless, again, it has a bit of a happier sound, a bit of a more buoyant sound relative to some of the earlier stuff I've heard. So yeah, just trying to frame this sonically and in terms of the progression of the band's sound. So I think I mentioned before, going into this deep dive, I'm pretty sure The Killing Moon is the only tune I knew by them reasonably well, because I had heard it a few times, whereas the rest of the material, although admittedly, some of the covers, like Paint It Black, I've obviously heard the Rolling Stones tune a great deal, so yeah, some of their tunes or performances I've heard, but, oh, and again, I realized after reacting to it that Zimbo I had actually reacted to, but under a different name. So again, I'm still trying to learn the Echo catalog and just, you know, get some understanding of what I'm going through. So again, shout out to Amber. Let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.